Good morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another day at Ewetopia Farms. Hi boys, we're gonna get you your hay any minute now. We got Handsome, General, and Hannibal at the gate. And these guys in here, the wormy boys, are doing way better now. So we're happy for that. We had no losses. And at the moment, hi girls and boy, we got Gladiators group that Arnie needs to get in here to get that little piece of hay at the back out of the feeder. Come on you guys. Hi Glad. So Arnie's got to get in here with the skid steer without all these sheep getting out. Katie, come here. So right now, we don't normally do this because this is wrapped hay, it's wet. We want it eaten in a day. So we rolled out a fresh bale for this group. There's a little left at the end. So what he's been doing is he's been taking those little center cores and heading it over to a smaller group where they can get the goodness of the hay but can finish it in one sitting as well. It's a little more work. It's not forever, but it really helps in getting them into good condition by feeding them this better hay instead of the old first cut hay. Behind Arnie, so nobody tries to escape. We're good. So Gladiator is in this group. Hi buddy. And he's our big giant, gentle giant, but even he in a breeding group, you have to watch him. We've never had any issues, but breeding groups, you have to respect the ram in a breeding group, no matter who they are. Glad you got some gray whiskers. He's such a beautiful ram. We have yet to be able to buy a ram like him. Like, you hate to say that, but he is very, very long and not dipping. Like, he's getting to be an older ram now. He'd be JKL. So he's going into his 5th year. Not an old ram, middle-aged, but very strong top on him. The ram we just brought in, Knockout, he's a totally different style of ram. He is, I would say he's a foot shorter in the loin in the length than Gladiator. But like I said, we've never found a ram as big as Gladiator for loin. But this guy is a chunky guy. He's an RR. And he's got some good legs under him, so you gotta mix and match and try to find sheep that will fit in with your flock. We're gonna feed these guys now. They got the center core. We got a breeding group in here with Sheriff, and in probably a day or two we're going to have a breeding group on the other side with Hamish. You can tell that we're kind of more in the retirement mode, as things aren't so critical for us. As long as we get things done within a decent time range, there's no absolute pressure to have things done on an exact day. Today's a nice day. We might go for a drive because we haven't been off the farm for a very long time. We could have sorted sheep and dewormed them and locked them in, because that is on our agenda. But the nice thing about being your own boss is you can work at your own pace. Hi girls and boy. This is a heavy ram. His breeding is New Zealand. Hi Glad. Hi honey. Hi. Hi big guy. Hi. You're a good boy. Yeah, you're a good boy. Yeah. You're such a sweetheart. Yeah, you are. You're a sweetheart. Hi. There you go. You're a big guy. Okay, everyone looks great in this barn. Oh, someone's trying to get a little scratch there. Itchy. These guys are all looking good too. All happy with their new bale of hay. And here's the Cracker crew. Cracker and Kodiak are always side by side. Hi Cracker. Hi honey. Let's say hello. Oh, you're such a good boy. You're always a nice boy. You are. Kodiak? Come here, sweetheart. You're another friendly one. There we go. Oh yeah, you're a nice boy too. Yeah, you're the tail wagger of the group. You are. Hi buddy. You don't want to be caught, do ya? Sheriff isn't a pet. Yeah, I think that's him. Can you walk him?
What?
Can you walk him for a show? Is that called having a victim?
What? Don't do that!
I think he likes it, eh? They're now all stirred up now. Yeah, he is the right size. That's Hamish. This skinny ewe we've been treating every day now with glycol and some multivitamins, just because she's in poor condition after weaning her lambs. So we're gonna just give her an extra boost. And normally we've been able to catch her real easy, but today she tried to do a little runaway, which is a good sign. It means she's feeling a lot better. We're just going to give her a little shot of multivitamins. And I'll go get the glycol.
Oh, she's actually warm this morning.
Yeah, well, she tried to run away this morning, so that's
Back up a little. How you doing, buddy? Let's just try to keep your head down a little bit, okay? I don't want to hurt that.
Wouldn't be his mother. One more. Glycol, which is sugar, just for a little energy boost. There, all done, honey.
Well, she's warm this morning, so.
Yeah, she was cold the other day. We thought maybe we'd lose her. And you don't want to jinx it, because you still could. But for the last 2 days, her ears were cold. And today she's a little more lively. And she's on better food. What?
I thought we were getting out of the ground.
Thought we were getting out of expansion.
It's called survival then.
Hi, Cupcake. Say hello to everybody. Hi. You are lovely as always. Well, even if we were getting out of crosses, Cupcake's one who's going to stay. This is Thelma and Louise's mom. Just come for a drink here. Hi, honey. How you doing? Let's say hello. Yeah. And the funny thing about their mom is that she has that black dot on the ear that I was telling you about, which is an indicator of the friendly gene. She has it, Angel has it, and Big Betty has it. And it just seems to be a really funny coincidence. And right now we have this huge pen where we've basically got the skinnies. Most of them, a lot of people wouldn't even consider them skinnies. But this is the skinny we just treated. And she hasn't been eating either for a couple of days, but I see she's got her head in the trough now. So we're thinking she's gonna pop right back. But she's eating away from the group, because when they're thinner like that, they can get pressured at the feeder, and others will realize that she's weaker and they'll knock her out of the way. So she's smart enough to stay back, and she's got a lot of space to take her space. And if you notice, she had a little bit of runny poop there. That's from the glycol. It's just flushing her system. Here we are with the adults. You guys weaned without losing any weight. These guys are going out to pasture still for a couple more days, and that'll be it, unfortunately. The reason we're gonna lock them in is to prevent them getting parasites before breeding, and they've been on pasture all summer, so they're liable to have something. They look pretty good, so that's a good sign. Okay, we're in the lamb barn, and as you can see, they ate every morsel of their hay. So we gotta give them some more. Arnie just went on that side he's at and pulled that Dorset lamb from under the feeder again. She's there every day. She's not learning. I just thought I'd let this play so you could see what morning feedings look like. Arnie does all the feeding of the grain. Meanwhile, I'm cleaning drinkers and doing the salt and minerals. But I don't know if you noticed Katie. When I was working at the very back of the barn, she went in the feeder and went to the very end. And as I moved slowly up the barn, I didn't notice this until I was watching the video and was editing. I noticed that she follows me and stops wherever I stop in the feeder, which is kind of neat. Katie follows me everywhere, and Max follows Arnie everywhere. So now that they've got their grain, Arnie has just gone to get their bale of hay because obviously they have no hay for the day, and he'll be putting that in now, and you can see how we unroll the hay too. So while Arnie's rolling out this bale of hay, thought we could have a little talk. So I told people the other day that we'd been binge watching some other sheep channels because, hey, if you're not farming yourself, you may as well go in the house, have lunch, and watch other people farming. So, and we've discovered two channels that we really, really like a lot, and that I think really deserve to have people look at them. They don't have a clue who I am because they're overseas and they're doing the out on pasture natural way of raising sheep because they're in warmer climates. So I just wanted to talk about that part of things because I would love it if all our sheep were out on pastures year-round the way these guys do it. But you got to realize in Canada things are not the same as they are in Ireland and New Zealand. I heard in Ireland they were talking about it would be a bad winter if they had 2 months of winter. And here you're basically looking at 6 months of winter where the conditions are really harsh. There's no pasture and sheep are going to be struggling, like we have to feed them. So our theory is if we've got to feed them, we may as well feed them indoors in nice conditions and mimic the outdoor conditions as much as possible by putting the curtains in our barns. And I can see that I feel like the sheep in those countries are pretty well wild, and I love that. They're free to go out in nature and act like animals do. However, I do see some drawbacks to it. The fly strike seems to be a horrible thing that they tend to get, which we don't get. It would be rare for us to get that because we have drier conditions. And monitoring your pastures, rotating them constantly, having the right type of pastures so that they're getting the right type of nutrition for the volume of sheep you have on the pasture and where they are in their cycles, their yearly cycles. It takes a lot of management and a lot of hard work, and that's why I really like these two channels, because these guys are hard workers. One of them is the Kiwi farmer. Like I said, I subscribe to him. He wouldn't have a clue who we were, and he'd probably look at this and say, oh my God, like they have an easy life. What are they complaining about? Because I feel like he's the Superman of sheep farmers. I've never seen a guy do so much work in my entire life by himself most of the time. His wife does help him and his kids help him, but the majority of the time it looks like he's on his own with over 1,000 sheep, and the sheep look fantastic. He does everything environmentally friendly. I just like his whole demeanor, his sheep, the way he runs things. It's fantastic. So his name is Alistair Bird, and he's the Kiwi farmer in New Zealand. Both of us, like, we're addicted to him because he's just amazing. Like, he works so hard. Love it. And of course, the accent is a bonus. And the other guy we've started watching is from Ireland, and you might recognize him. He's YouTube, EWE, and he's basically a sheep shearer, and he does have his own sheep, and he's a funny guy. I like him. He's doing the natural stuff, but a lot of hard work going on there. Interesting to see the shearing competitions he goes to and stuff. People, grassroots people. Come on, you guys. Get out, get back. Okay, we had a little escape here. We'll get them back. There you go, girlies. But these guys are really grassroots. They're working really hard in a lot of tough conditions because we may get the snow, but these people get the rain. And everybody's dealing with parasites and keeping their sheep in good condition. And yeah, he won't know who we are either. But I would suggest having a peek at those guys. I think they're really awesome, and I don't feel like people have really discovered them yet. So one of the differences between the pasture-raised guys and us is that when we're not on pasture, we are feeding hay bales, and hay is grass. It's the same food, just in a different form. And we have to feed these guys. So you might say that doing this way is more labor intensive, but it really isn't, because we just go to our pile and feed it to them each day, and you see how long it takes us. It takes us about an hour to do chores in the morning to feed approximately, well, when we have lambs here, we can have over 1,000 sheep, but most of the year we're looking at 400 to 450 sheep here. And instead of feeding bales like this, although those countries do feed bales as well in the winter when their pastures are played out, but most of the year, instead of feeding a bale, what they will be doing is rotating pastures. So when you watch their videos, they'll constantly be moving groups of sheep from pasture to pasture. And they're doing that because the pastures get played out, and they're doing that to put the sheep on pastures that are more nutritionally appropriate for the ewes stage of development, I guess. Like, is she weaning lambs? Is she pregnant? Does she have lambs? Are they just raising replacements? Whatever. They'll need different feed.
You know what's going to happen here? There's a bale of hay in that feeder.
We gotta move Scotty, is what he's trying to say. Because Scotty's having a siesta in the feeder. So I'm gonna go take Scotty out of there. Scotty, it's time to leave your bed behind. I know. You're happy. Come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on out of here, baby. Come on down. There we go. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed your time at Ewetopia Farms. Be sure to check out the other YouTube people in case you're bored, because they have some good videos out there. And be sure to join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. Bye for now.